A lot of us know that the retirement fund industry in South Africa has been changing quite rapidly over the past years. And there's another change which is due to take effect on the 1st of March 2021. It's related to how Provident Fund members can use their benefits upon retirement. I think that the changes have been on the cards for quite some time. We're still finding that members, trustees, employee benefits administrators are being caught slightly off guard. Not quite sure how it impacts them, what it means for them, what they're supposed to be doing about it, if anything. So we're going to unpack it just a little bit, but it will only be a little bit, so don't head for the hills yet. A useful starting point, perhaps, is to look at the traditional differences between pension and provident funds in South Africa. Now, I say traditional very deliberately, because these differences are being wiped out by what is called the harmonization of the retirement fund system. The harmonization aims to bring pension and provident funds closer together in how they are treated under tax requirements, how the benefits are administered, what pension and provident fund members are required to do with their benefits. And all of this harmonization is aimed to encourage a culture of savings to allow members to make better savings and investment choices upon retirement. So the main differences are that pension fund contributions for the longest time were made from your pre-tax income. They were therefore made from your gross income and they were regarded as tax deductible. Provident fund contributions, on the other hand, were made from your post-tax income or net income, and they were not regarded as tax deductible. This changed a couple of years ago. Both pension fund contributions and provident fund contributions are now regarded as tax deductible. And another change which took place at the same time is that the tax allowance for deductions was increased from 7.5% to, wait for it, 27.5%. That is a massive increase, guys. It is a whopping incentive to save for retirement. The other key difference is that pension fund members were required by law to use 2/3 of their benefits upon retirement to purchase a retirement product. So an annuity or a similar product which would provide them with a steady income stream throughout their retirement. They were gently nudged into buying a bus ticket, which would carry them through their golden years. Provident fund members faced no such requirement. They could and usually did take 100% of their benefit as a cash lump sum upon retirement. They could do with it as they pleased. Buy a Ferrari, throw a fat party. Sounds nice, but often led to suboptimal outcomes, often led to people making poor spending and investment decisions upon retirement and not saving enough for retirement. So the second part of the harmonization, which addresses this issue, is taking effect on the 1st of March 2021. From the 1st of March 2021, Provident Fund members will be required to use 2/3 of their retirement benefit to buy a retirement product, just like their pension fund cousins. What does this mean? What does it mean for members? What does it mean for trustees? What does it mean for employee benefits administrators? Let's look at the exception first. So the exception is that if you're 55 or older, at midnight on the 28th of February 2021, you will still be allowed to take 100% of your retirement benefit as a cash lump sum to do with as you please. We don't suggest buying a Ferrari. We do suggest buying a retirement product. Take care of yourselves, guys. Another thing to bear in mind, and which I think has had the industry slightly confused, is that the changes are not being applied retrospectively. So any contributions and any benefits accrued up until the 1st of March 2021 on those and on the growth that they incurred, you will still be allowed to take 100% cash lump sum if you are a Provident Fund member. Any contributions after the 1st of March, you will be required to use 2/3 of that benefit to buy a retirement product. For trustees and for employee benefits administrators, that means that there need to be transparent, efficient, and effective processes in place to value members' assets as at the 28th of February 2021, to ring fence the portions that are qualifying for 100% cash lump sum versus the portions which 2/3 needs to be used to buy a retirement product. It means that trustees for provident funds need to ensure that those processes for valuation and for record keeping are in place, probably already, to be frank. Also, that they are transparent, that they are clearly communicated to members. Employee benefits administrators, on the other hand, have an ongoing duty to make sure that the ring-fenced assets are managed in an appropriate manner, that there is adequate record keeping, that they are accountable for that record keeping, and that they are able to cost effectively administer these ring-fenced assets. It also means that they must be able to clearly communicate to members what portion of their assets has been ring-fenced. As a member, I should be able to phone my employee benefits administrator and say, guys, I'm planning a party. No, guys, I'm planning for my retirement. I need to know how much I will be allowed to take as a cash lump sum versus how much I will need to put towards a retirement product. So communication is very important in this regard. The other thing which I think has been slightly overlooked or not taken into account in terms of how important it really is that Provident Fund members haven't traditionally faced this choice. They haven't been required to sit down, look at the options that are available to them on retirement in terms of which products to purchase, look at what would suit their lifestyle, look at what would enable them to retire comfortably. This is not to say that trustees haven't made the education available to them, or that some members haven't gone out, done their research, found out what they needed to, decided which product suited them, and made those responsible decisions. It just means that we cannot assume that Provident Fund members are as educated as their pension fund cousins when it comes to these decisions. So trustees need to make sure that their members are educated. Let's face it, if I were young and in love and 25, and somebody had said to me, you can sit down on a Friday afternoon, do a 2-hour seminar on retirement products, I'd have been out the door so fast. And that is what Provident Fund members have faced. Pension fund members from their working age have had the education on an ongoing basis about what options are available to them. Provident Fund members simply haven't had that advantage. So my two key takeaways are that there are two things which are very important: communication, 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 and education, education, education. RisCura is here to facilitate those two things, guys.